What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we have one of the most jaw-dropping, unexpected, franchise-shifting announcements in recent Dallas Cowboys history, because the Cowboys have just landed veteran Pro Bowl safety Quandre Diggs in a blockbuster trade that absolutely no one thought was going to happen. Not the insiders, not the analysts, not the fan base, literally nobody. And yet here we are, staring at the kind of move that instantly changes the way the entire NFL is looking at the Cowboys right now. This isn't the usual cautious, conservative front office move we've grown used to over the years, where the Cowboys sit back, collect compensatory picks, talk about developing talent from within, and then claim they're happy with the guys they have. No, this time they went out and made a statement that screams aggression, urgency, and a win-now mentality, the kind of mentality Cowboys fans have been begging for since the mid-2000s. And in landing Quandre Diggs, Dallas didn't just acquire a good pass player, they acquired a certified tone setter, a leader, a proven ball hawk, a defensive anchor, and the kind of veteran presence who can transform an entire secondary the moment he steps onto the field. And the craziest part is that this deal came together like lightning, catching the entire league off guard and sending shockwaves through the NFC, because adding a player of Diggs' caliber doesn't just fill a roster hole, it elevates the entire identity of a defense that has been teetering between great and inconsistent for the last several seasons, especially in high-pressure playoff moments where breakdowns in the deep secondary cost Dallas games they should have won. But those days might truly be over now, because Diggs brings more than just talent. He brings deep field discipline, elite awareness, and the ability to erase mistakes from other players in real time. Cowboys Nation, this is the exact type of veteran presence people have been begging the front office to add for years. Whether it was Earl Thomas back in the day, or Jamal Adams when all the trade rumors were swirling, or any of the star safeties who came and went on the free agency market, while Dallas watched from the sidelines. And today marks the moment when that entire philosophy changed, when the Cowboys finally stepped forward and said, "We're tired of waiting. We're tired of being close. We're tired of the same endings. We're going to make the move that shifts everything." And you can feel that shift happening already, from the players tweeting excitement to the analysts calling this a top-tier upgrade, to fans who spent the last decade begging Jerry and Stephen Jones to stop sitting on their hands and go get a proven defensive backbone in the secondary. And now, that dream has become a reality with a Diggs to Dallas deal that makes this defense not just dangerous, but legitimately terrifying when you start imagining how this impacts everyone else across the depth chart. Because think about this: Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, and now Quandre Diggs. Tell me that doesn't sound like one of the strongest and most complete secondaries the Cowboys have had, maybe since the 1990s dynasty era. And what makes this even more fun, more exciting, and more energizing is the Diggs brothers storyline, because Trayvon and Quandre teaming up in the same defensive backfield isn't just cool, it's powerful chemistry, it's competitiveness, it's trust, it's two high IQ players reading offenses the same way, communicating instantly, reacting in sync, and forcing quarterbacks to basically pick their poison every single snap. The brothers have been talking about wanting to play together for years, laughing about it in interviews, interacting on social media, and now it's actually happening. And if you don't think that's going to boost morale and bring a whole new fire to the Cowboys' defense, then you haven't been watching how much sibling duos dominate when they finally get the chance to share the field. But let's get into what makes Quandre Diggs such a game-changing addition: the production, the leadership, the consistency, the football IQ. This is a guy who has stacked Pro Bowl seasons, delivered big hits, made clutch interceptions, forced turnovers, directed coverages, and been the voice that keeps an entire secondary in sync, which is something the Cowboys desperately needed during those moments when communication breakdowns led to explosive plays that flipped the momentum of games. Diggs doesn't allow those breakdowns to happen. He reads the quarterback, diagnoses route combinations before the ball is snapped, keeps everyone aligned, and carries that veteran steadiness that helps younger players play faster, smarter, and more confidently. And when you pair that with Dan Quinn's system, which thrives on versatile, intelligent safeties who can switch roles on the fly, Diggs fits like he was handcrafted for the Cowboys' defense. Quinn loves players who can disguise, shift, bait quarterbacks into bad decisions and take advantage of chaos, and Diggs is exactly that guy. He can roam deep and erase the post. He can drop into robber coverage and jump underneath routes. He can play near the box when you want to get more physical. He can blitz off the edge. He can cover tight ends. He can adjust to motion-heavy offenses. And he can help the Cowboys disguise what they're doing in a way that forces quarterbacks to hold the ball longer. And guess what happens when quarterbacks hold the ball longer? Micah Parsons happens. Osa Odighizuwa happens. The Cowboys' pass rush happens. Suddenly, Dallas becomes a defense where coverage helps the pass rush and the pass rush helps the coverage, which is exactly how elite defenses are built. And let's not forget the psychological impact this move has across the rest of the NFC, because teams like the Eagles, the 49ers, the Lions, and every other contender in the conference now must prepare for a Cowboys defense that looks completely different from the one they faced last season. You can't just pick on the deep middle anymore. You can't rely on Dallas blowing coverages. You can't assume their safeties will be out of position. You can't force mismatches the same way because Diggs changes the geometry of the field. He's the kind of defender who forces offenses to alter their game plan, audible more, hesitate more, and start doubting throws they normally take for granted. And if you think quarterbacks were intimidated throwing toward Trayvon Diggs or Darren Bland before, now imagine having to scan the field knowing a veteran ballhawk with elite instincts is lurking somewhere, waiting for one mistake to flip the entire game. This is the type of acquisition that multiplies the effectiveness of everyone around him. Trayvon Diggs gets more freedom. Bland gets more support. Hooker can rotate differently. Wilson can punish the middle of the field without worrying about being hung out to dry. Everything becomes cleaner. Everything becomes sharper. Everything becomes faster. And for the Cowboys front office, this wasn't just about adding a talented player. It was about sending a message to the locker room that they're serious, that they're done wasting windows, that they believe in this roster and are willing to invest in it. The players feel that. The fans feel that. The entire league feels that. This is what building a championship-caliber roster looks like, plugging holes with elite veterans, pairing talent with leadership, maximizing chemistry, and saying we're not settling anymore. And I'm going to be real with you. This move isn't just big, it's transformational. It changes expectations. It changes pressure. It changes the energy in the building. And if you're a Cowboys fan, you should be absolutely fired up because the team finally did something people said they never would. They went out and got the missing piece, the veteran enforcer, the stabilizer, the field general, the guy who elevates good defenses into great ones, and great ones into championship-level units. So buckle up, Cowboys Nation, because the star just got brighter, the defense just got scarier, and the expectations for this season just shot through the roof. And you better believe we're going to break down every angle of this move right here on this channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button, drop a comment, letting me know how you feel about this trade, and get ready for one of the most exciting seasons in recent Cowboys history, because the Cowboys didn't just add a safety, they added a spark that could light up the entire NFL.